Hi guys, welcome back to another video. This time we're playing The Forest. I played this game before, like 3 to 5 years ago, but not more than 30 minutes. Only thing that I know, that we need to rescue our son. So I began searching around and see what I can find. There was some basic stuffs around, so I began looting. And when I was finished with them, I jumped out of the plane. At this point of the game, I had no idea what to do, but I had a goal. Finish the main story. The game didn't tell me what to do, and I did the only thing that I do when I don't know what to do on this kind of game, exploring. There were some luggage bags around, so I began hitting them, in hope that there were some answers in them, but no, there was nothing. There were some essentials in it like food, or some sodas for water, but nothing that special. So I turned around and I started looting something else, rocks and sticks. Maybe I can craft something with them. And then it hit me. We had a survival book. In there was some crafting options, like fire pit, some options for crafting a base, some equipment for the food, like water collectors, options for storing things like stones, logs, sticks, and so on. There were tons of stuff to build on this game, but the most things that did catch my eye was this, a treehouse. There were lots more options, but I wanted to build this one. And after searching around this book, I found that the most important part, a quest tab. We had two tasks to do, set up a camp and find Timmy. Set up a camp was the easy part, I know how to do that, but finding Timmy, I had no clue. The only thing that I knew on this game how it works was the inventory system. If you wanted to build something, you have to combine it with something else, or itself. When you see this bars goes up, it means you are in the right direction to build something. So you need to kinda experiment with stuff and see what works with what. It kinda guessy, but it works I guess. After some messing around with crafting system, I crafted my first thing, and a spear. After crafting a spear, because I didn't have any more materials to work with, I began exploring more to find new stuff. But there was nothing special around here, so I kept moving. I found this lake. I could drink water from it, but every time that I drank it, it damages me. I guess you have to boil it first, but how you can store the water and boil it, I had no idea. After some wandering around the forest, I finally reached the beach, and so I began exploring. There were some more luggage boxes around. I began looting them. But again, same as last time. I think the loot table on these luggage boxes are always the same. It doesn't matter where you find them, they just give you the same stuff. After I was finished with them, I saw this lizard. I wanted to kill it, but I couldn't, it was too fast. So I kept going, and I saw these containers. Inside there was some electronic parts. I gathered as much as I could, and headed towards the next container. In there was a page. Read on it was this Sahara. I didn't know what that means. In this game, a story is told through the background. And if I'm going to be 100% honest, I didn't understand it at my first playthrough. But if you guys really want it, I can make another video on the story of this game. Let me know in the comments. Okay, let's get back to the video. After I came out of the container, I saw this harmless little turtle. I didn't need to kill it, but you know me, I just have to. Maybe it gives some unique materials, and it actually did. I needed his shell for something later in the video. I searched around some more in the area, but I couldn't find anything more specials around, so I kept going. And because I gathered more materials, I wanted to see maybe I could build something new. And the only thing that I could was this club. I tried some more, but I couldn't craft anything more, so I kept going. I found this outpost thingy. There was nothing on it though, but it was a good view I guess. So I get down and continue on searching. And finally I found something. A lake, and more importantly, an entrance to a cave. I wasn't sure if I'm going inside the cave, but as you saw, we didn't find anything special. So I had an idea. I go inside the cave, explore it, and if I found something interesting, I came out. But if I didn't, I resetted my save and do it all over. Caves on these games are so dark, and the only thing that we have for the light is just a simple, small lighter. So I lighted it up and kept going. When I got down there was some basic stuff, but more importantly, a story item. After I find that, I know if I'm going to finish this game, caves are the way. so I kept exploring. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I couldn't fight it, so I turned around to find another way. They spotted me. I have to fight now. His attacks were damaging me a lot, but thankfully he got stuck, and with that I killed him. That was a close fight. That moment I knew I wasn't prepared. If I'm going to explore the caves, I need to be prepared. I grabbed his body. There was a campfire nearby. I throw the body at the campfire. If you burn the body, it gives you his bones. With bones you can craft armor and upgrade your spear. I wanted to upgrade my spear. Maybe I could find the monster. That's the reason I'm doing this. With the spear crafted, I was a little bit more confident. But again, I had no idea. I was completely new to this game. And because I had nothing to lose, I began to fight. I tried my best, but I died. But I actually didn't. I woke up in another cave. I was hanged by the foot. There was my axe. I could reach it. With that, I freed myself. I didn't know how and why I was here, but I knew it must be something important. So I began searching around and see what I could find. A map. It was a blank and empty map. I had no idea how to use it. And the compass is going to be useful. And then a story item. A jealous god punishes a parent's fault on their children. I didn't know what that means, but later in the game, we know. I searched around all the corners, but I couldn't find anything else, so I kept going. I could hear sounds, like someone is here. There was this monster around the corner. The game called them cannibals. I killed them quickly though. I think there are many kind of these cannibals around this island. This one was a small one though. I saw something on the roof of the cave. I hit it. I couldn't pick it up. Bats. I kept going though. I found this room. There was nothing special in it, but there was a toy part. I didn't know what the use of it, but I think it was a part of the story. There was nothing else, so I kept going. When I was exploring, I got attacked again. This time, I knew how to kill them. There were 3 of them, but thankfully I killed all of them. And I kept going. There was a hole in it. I knew I could swim inside it, but I wanted to explore all of this area first. A clothing and another story item. A painting. I didn't understand what this painting trying to tell me, but I knew I was in the right path, so I kept going. Because I explored the caves, I wanted to jump in this hole and see what I could find. But it was so dark, I couldn't see anything. So I go back and try to find another way. There were some more of these cannibals. I killed them quickly. I saw a crack in the cave, and I squeezed my way through it. I had no idea this cave was so big. I was going deep and deeper, until I saw this. I had no idea what to make of this. In the background, I was hearing some weird noises too. Then I saw it. I died, but I knew I would die on these caves. The only reason I go in that caves was to explore around and see what I could find. Now that I do know what to expect, I had a plan. My plan was to build a base, a secure base, and equip myself with every tools that I needed for exploring the caves. So I began searching around to find a good spot for my base. Because I didn't want it to be bothered with cannibals, I go deep inside the forest, and I found this spot. I wanted to build a tree house. I picked this tree, and I put my blueprint on it. Then I needed to farm and gather materials. Because we needed to gather lots of logs, I built this log still. And when I was finished with that, I began chopping these trees and gathering the logs that we needed. Now that we have a base, we were more stable. We have some place to store our stuff and save. If we were going inside the caves, we need the bow and arrows for it. I knew how to make a bow, but we had a problem. Feathers. We needed feathers to crafting arrows. We didn't have any, so I needed to go to hunting and gather some feathers. So with that in mind, I saved my game and go to sleep. And when I wake up, I go down to search around and see what I could find. Because we did have all the materials for the bow, I start crafting it. I knew that we needed to hunt the birds for the feather, but how to hunt them I had no idea. So I began searching around, then I saw this lizard. I killed it and I got its skin. I didn't know at this point what I could build with it. And the only way that I could find out is just to test it. But I couldn't find anything new to build with it, so I kept going. We had food, but we didn't have any water. For that we needed water collector. Last time we did found the turtle shell at the beach. Maybe I could find some turtles there. So I headed down in the hope of I could find some turtles. But when I was searching around, I found this rabbit. I chased it, and finally I got him. And the moment I was finished with this rabbit, I saw this little bird. I hit it for no reason. I had no idea you could collect feathers like this. I thought you must harvest it first. After I collected the feathers, right after that, there was another bird at the same spot. I think the game bugged or something. They kept coming. They landed at the same spot over and over, and I kept collecting the feathers. It was fine for me. When I was finished collecting the feathers, I crafted a lot of arrows. Now that we do have these arrows, we can hunt easier. I wanted it to hunt, so I can craft stuff, so I began hunting. And when I was finished hunting, I go back to base. I eated the rabbit that we just hunted and did a quick save. Now that we do have everything that we wanted, I began searching for a cave. I didn't need to search far. There was a cave nearby, down the hill. So I go inside. I hope this time things go better. When I got inside the cave, I start searching. and not far from the entrance I found this drawing. I don't need to tell you what this drawing means. I just tell you this, things are going to get bad. I found this body that was hanging from the ceiling. At the start of the game gives us a list of all the missing passengers from the plane. Unfortunately, he was one of them. At this point of the game I had no idea what happened and why they are murdered. I just hope some of them were alive. I kept going deep and deeper inside the caves until I heard this voice. And immediately after that I got attacked. There were two of these cannibals. I tried to fight them, but these two were not alone. There was another big monster. This time I wasn't going to back off. I kept fighting. I got on the rock and I started hitting it. I hit it a bunch of times, but it found an angle on me and hit me. I knew I couldn't fight him face to face, so I drew my bow. I put every arrow that I have into him, but I couldn't kill him. The only plan I had was to go inside his face and draw my arrows from his body. But I couldn't. He killed me. At this point, I tried everything that I could think of, but nothing worked. I had no idea what to do anymore, so I began exploring around. Maybe I could find some answers, but I couldn't find any answers. My only solution was to go again and try one more time. But this time I found another path and go that way. In there I found this item. I had no idea what it said. And in the hand of this guy, a dynamite. This dynamite can help us kill the monster. And there was a crack too. On the other side I found more dynamite. And this big hole. I knew this hole had to do something with the main story, but how to get down there, I had no clue. So I go back. Now that I had the dynamite, it was time to fight. After all of that, it finally died. And with the monster died, we can continue our journey through the caves. There was two of these cannibals ahead. I killed them quickly and threw their body in the fire so I could craft armor. Then I found this campsite. I searched around all the corners, but I couldn't find anything special. Maybe it was dark, maybe I missed something, I'm not sure. I did miss a lot of things in this game because it was so dark I couldn't see. There was a lot of ropes in here and I couldn't carry any more of them. Because of that I tried to craft with them, and the only thing that I could craft with it was a bag for my sticks. When I was finished crafting, I began going deeper into the cave. Again, I found a big room. There were more cannibals. I killed them fast and began searching. When I was searching, I found this story item, a newspaper that showed two pictures of boys that were missing. And in the corner, I found this icon, a dynamite icon. You have to blow it up, I guess. In there, I found a new campsite. I began searching around, but there was nothing, just empty boxes and crosses. So I kept going forward. In one section of the cave, I found a chainsaw, but I didn't have any use for it, so I put it away and kept going forward. When I looked down there, I saw that there was many baby monsters. I sniped all of them with my bow. There was two cannibals down there too. I wanted to try these molotovs, so I threw one at them. It burned one of them, but I couldn't find an angle on another one. So I go down there myself and finish the job. There was a light nearby. I go to investigate. And yep, there it was. One of the most important items in the game, a climbing axe. In this game, you need some essential items like this climbing axe. Without them, you cannot progress through the story. Luckily, I found it, so I keep going forward. There was a cassette and the rope to go down. I did go down, but I couldn't find anything special there too. So I go back up and I found another way forward. Again, I was at the hole, but this time from another angle. Could see there was a helicopter down there. I knew I had to go down there, but how? I had no idea. The only solution, like last time, just keep going forward. Thankfully this section had another crack. We could squeeze our way through. In the other side, I found this tent. And some of this small monster. I killed them quickly. And did a quick save. And keep going forward. At the other side I couldn't find anything. There was only this road that it could lead us to the outside. I wasn't finished with these caves, so I get back inside. I wanted to go to the bottom of that hole. I knew I could find answers in there. So I go back. And when I was at the section that I could see the hole, I had an idea. What if there was a path here? Because I saved, I had no fear. What could I lose anyway? So I jumped down there. I only hoped that I was right, and that was the right way. So I kept going forward and forward. I was trying to find a way down there, but out of nowhere, luckily we survived, and we were there. I had no idea what I just did was part of the game or I found it a glitch. But anyway, I was down there. There were some monsters I need to kill. Because I was on top of the rock, I threw the Molotov at it, and it burned. It found a way to climb on the rock, but it couldn't reach me. I threw another Molotov at it, and this time, it died. There were 3 more cannibals around. I needed to kill them, so I drew my spear and fighted them. I killed all of them. There was a weird gate nearby. When I got close, it opened itself, but I didn't want to go in there yet. I wanted to check the helicopter. There was a machete under it. I picked it up. Because there was a cannibal nearby, I tested on it. And it was a good weapon. Every time that I hit it, it stun-locked these cannibals. And the damage on it was pretty nice. It was much better than a spear that we have. There was a suitcase nearby too. In it, it was a suit. It was looking good, so I wore it the entire game. I searched around the helicopter more, but there was nothing to be found. So I kept going towards the gate that I just found. In there was a crack. I squeezed my way through it, and I found myself inside another cave. I had no idea I should be here in this time of the game or not, but I kept going. I found this toy part, but beside that there was nothing else, so I kept going. On the other side, there was another gate, and like last time, it opened itself when I got closer. When gate got open, these 2 cannibals were waiting for me. And there was this pillar, I don't know what to call it. You can put stuff in it. But when I did, nothing happened. When I turned back, I see more cannibals. I start attacking one and I killed them. But there was 2 more. They attacked me from behind. And unfortunately, I died. I think because I restarted my game, I woke up at the cave that we found in the map. I took the map and the compass. and I found my way out of the cave. At this point I had no idea how this map works, so I go towards my base to save my game. I did a quick save and took another look of the map. I saw that new things came up on it. Then I knew, if I'm going to reveal this map, I have to explore around. So I began exploring. When I was exploring around, I saw a new biome. It was snowy. I couldn't get in it. My character got cold. I checked the map so I can come here later. Then I found this deer, so I sniped it with my bow. When I finally got it, I go and I harvest it. And not far from the deer that we just found, I found this crocodile. It was standing still, and I hit it with my machete. It died so quickly. Then I harvested. Because I had so much materials, I started experimenting so I can find out what I can build. And the first thing was a slingshot, and the arrow holder, and the water skin. I tried to build another thing, but I couldn't find the recipe, so I kept going. When I was searching around, I found this boat. So I swam towards it. When I got on it, I found a lot of story items. And most importantly, this door, but I couldn't open it yet. I knew this door was part of the story, but I had no idea how to open it. And there was a bed in here too, we could save our game. So I saved the game and took a rest. When I woke up, I searched around this boat a little bit more. I found a cassette player, but I couldn't get it to play the cassette. I don't know how it works. You guys tell me in the comments, but I couldn't figure it out. At the beach there was a dead shark. I didn't know why it was here. Did it mean anything? Should I do anything with it? I had no idea. But it was there, and I had no idea how it died. And not far from the shark there was a grave. On it there was a picture of the boat. I didn't know what it means. I had no idea what anything on this game means. But I know one thing for sure. We need to find Timmy. Not far from the boat I found a cave. So I go in. I wanted to explore all the caves. Now that we do have a map, I know which caves I go inside before and which one I didn't. So I started with this one. And the first thing that I found was this toy part. Because I had this machete, killing cannibals was kinda easy now. So I killed this too quickly. I began searching around. And I found it one of the best items in the game. For me at least, a flashlight. This item was the best thing that I found. My biggest fear in this game was to miss something important. Because it was so dark, it was so easy to miss stuff. In here, I found a diving gear. This item was the part of the item that you needed to finish the game. Thankfully we found it, so I kept going forward and kept exploring. Again, these pillars. When I put things on it, it opened the door. And at the other side, there was this campsite. There was a weird painting on the wall. And like always, I didn't know what it means. So I began searching around the camp. I found these two Bibles. And a picture. And beside that, there was an axe. That was the picture of the monster we just fought. I searched around some more, but I couldn't find anything else. So I kept going. Honestly, sometimes you forget what games you're in. This game looks beautiful. It's hard to believe this game released so many years ago. Because I wanted to save, I crafted a small shelter. And I saved my game. And I checked the map, there was another cave nearby, it was really close. So I didn't waste any time, I go to that cave. And I started exploring. When I was exploring, honestly, for most of the time, I didn't find anything unique. There were some cannibals, but there was nothing special about them. But when I was exploring, I heard a sound. And there was a hole. In hole, there was a big monster. I had to kill it. At first, I tried to burn it with Molotov. But because it was on a weird angle, I couldn't land a Molotov on it. So I go down to fight it. By some miracle we survived. Even with the armor and full HP, I almost died. Because I knew in there must be something important. So in the heat of a moment I searched around and loot everything that I could put my hands on. But that was one of the biggest mistakes I did in this game. But at this point of the game, I had no idea what I just did. In that hole I found the camera. And I did found some tapes for it. So I put the tapes on it and played them. In this game, the story is told through the background. And let me tell you something. When I was playing it, I had no idea what these tapes, these pages, anything that I found meant. Even when I finished it, I didn't get it. I had to watch some YouTube video to understand it. But to be fair, I'm kinda lazy and I didn't read the pages. But if even you do read the pages, it's kinda hard to understand it. The story of this game was like a puzzle for me. You have to have every part of the puzzle to understand it. And even with that, it's kinda hard to understand. But I guess that was by design. The developer wanted it to be this way. I guess. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? From this point of the game, all I did was exploring the caves. Caves on this game, for me at least, it was like a big maze. Sometimes I could find my way, sometimes I couldn't. Sometimes I get lost. Sometimes I found something, like this bow. But when I was exploring the caves, again I found these doors. I opened it, and this door led me to the hole that we just were in. Last time we couldn't explore it fully. There was some monster inside. I couldn't kill them. I didn't have the equipment for it, and my arrows were low, so that's why I didn't go that way. But this time I had everything. So I killed all of the monsters and searched around. And at first I couldn't find anything special. It was just a big empty hole. But when I was searching, I found something. There was a hole inside this lake. So I go inside. But I forgot something. I didn't change the oxygen tank. But I thought to myself we should be fine. Because the oxygen tanks on this game is just kinda big. And you can breathe with them for a long time. So I wasn't worried about it. And I kept going. But it was getting dangerously low. And I couldn't go back, and these tunnels were not ending. So all I could do was just keep going and pray that I could find my way out. And thankfully in the last moments we survived. And let me tell you something. If I died here, I had to do so much to get here because I didn't save. But thankfully we didn't die. I took one pill and I kept going. I found this picture and these two cannibals. I killed them quickly and I kept going. The further I went, the caves became strange and stranger. But I kept going. And thankfully I found a place to save. So I saved my game and I kept going. And at the end of this path, I found this drawing and this door. It needed a key, but I didn't have any keys with me. I had no idea how to find this key, so I searched it. And thank God I searched it. For those of you who finished this game, you know what I meant when I said that was the biggest mistake that I did. For those of you who didn't finish this game, let me show you what I meant. Remember that cave that there was a monster inside and when I was trying to kill it with the Molotov? The monster attacked me and I panicked. And I tried to grab everything that I could put my hands on. But in the heat of the moment, I missed something. was the key that we were looking for. I needed to go back and get it. So I go back, but I had a problem. I couldn't find it again. I had no idea how I find it in first place. So I kept searching, and after hours of searching, I finally find it. And there it was, the monster I couldn't kill before. This time I had a good bow, so I hit it with my bow. This monster was so much stronger than I thought. I fought this kind of monster before, but this one took so much damage from me. I put every arrow that I have into it, and I took the keycard that I came here for. Now that I do have this keycard, it was time to go to that door. But again, I couldn't find my way back. I wandered around more than an hour, because I searched for this key for 2 to 3 hours. I'm telling you, 2 to 3 hours, yes. It took me this long to find it. I was exhausted, so I had an idea. What if I jump again, like last time? So I found it at a spot, and I start going down. Even now, I had no idea that what I'm doing is intended, and I'm just using a glitch, but I'm doing it anyway. Did any of you do the same as I did? Let me know in the comments. And if you watched it till here, please like the video, it helps me a lot. Okay, let's get back to the game. I traveled all the way to the campsite. I saved my game and go to that door. And this time, we finally opened it. There was a weird hallway. I got inside. I read somewhere like cafeteria or something. There was lots of food in there, so I ate them. Because I knew I had to find monsters, I started crafting explosions and arrows, but not just any arrows, incendiary and poison arrows. Now that I finished with that, I kept going forward, and the only way forward I found was these pipes, so I go up. There was a monster down the hall. I wanted to try my new arrows, so I light one up and shoot one at it. It light the monster immediately. I shoot 2 more arrows at it, and it died so quickly. I had no idea these arrows were so good. If I knew, I would use them in my playthrough sooner. But enough talking, let's keep going. We needed to save Timmy, but how I had no idea, so I checked my notebook. We needed to find a new sacrifice, but I didn't know what it meant, so I kept searching around, and I found a way. There was some small footprint, so I followed them, and it led me to this door. It opened a huge area, so I go forward, and it's not hard to guess. That should be the final boss, so I prepared myself. At the end, I finally defeated the monster, so I took her body and found my way to the labs. I put her body in the chamber, but unfortunately it didn't work. But when she died, she dropped a key card, and with that key we can open that door that we couldn't access earlier. So I go on that path to see where it led me. And at the end of that path, there was an elevator, so I got inside. When the elevator opened, I saw that we were on top of the mountain, the snowy mountain that we saw earlier. There was a door, and on top of the ceiling, there was something like an engine. And at the end of that room, there was a computer. We can use this computer to crash a plane and save Timmy. But there was another option. We can forget Timmy and break the cycle. But I choose this option to save Timmy. Because this was the intended finish for this game, I choose this one.
My next guest is a TV star, author, and real-life plane crash survivor. Here to talk to us about his new book, Rescued, along with his son, Timmy. Please, Give it up for Eric LeBlanc. Nice to meet you, man. That's one hell of a story. So let's jump right into it. You've written a harrowing tale of survival and adventure with a plane crash. Look, you can see it on the cover. I feel like you're really blurring the lines here between fact and fiction. Oh, is that the axe? Hey, do y'all want a demonstration? Okay, we've got a setup right over here. Come on, don't leave me hanging. Come on, everyone. All of you want to see this too, right? What do you say? Well, come on, everyone. Yes! All right. Grab Timmy and let's head on over. Watch your step now. I got my axe. Where do you hold this thing? Oh, like this? Here we go. Huh? Is he okay?